Hey everybody, joriz here. Recently I was attacked by two things. Two big mistakes happened in my life recently. The first one is that I'm sick now. I don't know what happened. Honestly, I have no idea how I got sick. I don't even go outside, so I don't know how this is possible that I got sick. The second thing that happened is that I logged on the Hypixel SkyBlock, right? Huge mistake on my end. It was one of the biggest blunders of my life because what would follow suit was one of the worst things that could ever happen to me, because I would end up being attacked by a couple of gambling addicts, which is not something I've ever come across, right? 5 years of playing Hypixel Skyblock, this is not something I've ever come across. Two people who were gambling, they loved gambling, and they were going up to other people and threatening them, extorting them out of their cash. That's not something that's ever happened to me. That's not something that should happen to anybody. Anyways, this horror story begins where all horror story begins, which is that it was in the Hypixel Skyblock hub, the main lobby, the very first thing you join into. Or, well, okay, that's not true, but when you log on the Hypixel Skyblock for the first time, your first goal is to get to the hub, and for good reason. The hub, that's just where most of the things go down, and I was logged in there, and I was trying to, but admittedly, my second mistake is that I was trying to fish in Skyblock, which is one of the biggest sins you could do. If you've ever fished in Minecraft before, it's like, imagine doing that for like 300 hours, and that's pretty much what I'm doing. That's kind of like what I was doing. Not exactly the most enjoyable thing. Actually, nothing about this is enjoyable, but it's just what I had to do. All right, I was just doing this, minding my own business, and so as I was preparing to go fishing, I was randomly greeted by a guy named Awesome Man 5227 who calls my name out in chat, and this is a very horrifying situation to be in. Skyblock players were not built for socialization, and this person was going against the grain. He was cutting the steak in like the wrong way. There's like some steaks where like if you do that, it's like it becomes like unedible because of how chewy it is. That's what I'm trying to. That's the analogy I'm trying to make here. Anyways, this guy, he calls my name out in chat, and it's very unusual. You don't usually get someone calling you out in chat because it's always for one of two things. One, the person's about to start begging you for money, and two, the person's about to start screaming at you. There's only those two things, and most people just don't talk to others in this game for a good reason. There should not be talking to each other. There should not, no socialization. That's one of the key things on Hypixel Skyblock. Anyways, I was a bit shaken up by this, so I actually failed to send a chat message twice before I managed to fully send a question mark. Ask this person like, hey, what's going on? I'm not gonna donate to this person, but I just want to know what if they like, what if they need advice? What if they need my help with something? And it turns out they did need help, because they would proceed to say that it's my turn to help the cause. And then they revealed the item in their hand is an Archfiend dice, which is the one of the most evil items in Hypixel Skyblock. Essentially, for those who are uninitiated, this is just a gambling device. It's a dice, a six-sided dice. All right, you pay 600,000 coins to roll it, and then you have a chance of making 15 million coins. It sounds really awesome, except that you have to roll like a six. Yeah. You have to roll a six. There's like five other numbers on a six-sided die, so you're not gonna exactly get the 15 million coins guaranteed. It's not the super most efficient money-making method, but I kind of, I would say I respect the decision. I don't. All right, I hate gambling. I hate gambling addicts. Even though the entire thing of YouTube is that you're just gambling for success, which, well, I guess that's true. And so immediately I tried backing out. I tried getting myself out of this situation. This person says 666,000 coins in order to gamble, because that's actually the real amount. I just said 600K because it sounds easier to say that. But essentially, I was like, nope, nope, no. I don't want this. And this person immediately starts threatening me, asking where my location is. Where am I at? And I try to sway this person off by saying, I'm already suffering. And I'm a fisherman. I'm one of the hardest working Skyblock players out there. Fishing, that's not something you like doing. No one likes fishing in Minecraft. That's not enjoyable. Well, at least in Hypixel Skyblock, no one likes it. And after all these refusals, this person then proceeds to make a declaration. I'm gonna go find joriz 2012, all right? And this was a very bad thing. I told him that, hey, don't do that. Don't do that. You shouldn't do that. And I tried to make my escape. I went into my getaway, my secret little location that most people are not aware about, and I hid in there. And this person immediately, he was like, oh, I know where you're at. You're inside the crypt, the graveyard, where most like people who usually aren't fishermen are kind of there maybe sometimes. I don't know. Actually, I don't really know why he guessed the graveyard. It was kind of a stupid guess now I'm thinking about it. It's like, Honestly, from my stature, usually what we'd be doing is that we'd be like hopping around in the hub, just pondering our entire lives and just wondering why did I even play this game. That's what like most people above like level 300 do when they're inside the hub lobby. So terrible guess from this guy. Anyways, makes the realization completely wrong, and yeah, once again tries asking me again. Now at this point I'm refusing to respond, but all of a sudden this guy randomly sends out a chat message that I did not expect at all. He questions me, are you fishing right now? And this I don't actually know how he figures out. I have no idea how this happened, and this was one of the most horrifying events in my entire life. Because how did he know I was fishing? What? I didn't say anything about me fishing. I just said this out loud, and I realized I just said I was trophy fishing. So he actually did know. That this point makes no sense. And so from this point onwards, we actually have videographed evidence of what's going on now. And so here's the clip. Basically, this guy, he starts questioning me, why am I in Thunder Armor, which is, I don't know how he figured this out. My Thunder Armor is a fishing set, and I just said I feel like it. All of a sudden, someone figured me out. Someone found me. This guy, I'm assuming he misspelled penguin, so I'm just gonna call him Penguin the entire time. He found my location. He geolocated me, and I have no idea how he did this. How he figured out my location this quickly, I don't know. Anyways, obviously, as you can see from the footage, I tried shaking my head in denial, trying to say, don't go, don't tell. And he threatens to tell. He just says, I'm going to tell. And I immediately try telling him, don't, do not do that. That's what I'm trying to tell him, don't do that. And in my mind, what's circling is that I have to bribe him. I have to tell him, I have to give him coins and tell him to get out of the location. And he tells me we need gambling funds, and it's like I don't. Okay, actually wait, first we need to address this. What the hell was this? I don't actually know what this guy was talking about. Joriz 2012 owes me 20, not 2012, 600,000 coins. Dude, I don't know. I don't. By the way, just to make it clear, I don't. I've never met this man in my entire life. Like, as I say right here, that this is just not true. Also, you can see I'm like shaking very terribly here. Why am I misspelling that? What's going on? I was not. I don't remember being in this much fear. Anyways, this person, I tried bribing him immediately, and I tell him, all right, how much do I have to pay you? And he gives the number, coincidentally the number that you need for gambling, and so I give it to him. I can afford it. I have 21 million coins in my bank. Anyways, we complete the transaction, and he goes away. He doesn't tell my location. I'm safe for now. And but I didn't know this, but it turns out those two were like working together, and that gambling money just ended up just going straight to the other guy. I don't know, you just, it was actually completely pointless. I don't know what this maneuver was. Anyways, we can now see what happened next. Anyways, I want you to pay attention to chat right here, because he's about to copy and paste a message from Awesome Man. I want you to look at the chat message. Your Archfiend dice rolled a 5. Get fucked, idiot. This guy did not win. He did not walk out with the 15 million coins. He was one off. That's not how dice works, but he was one off. All right, he didn't make it, and that was also just my money. He used my money. All right, that was my coins. And so after failing, he then finds his next victim, just a completely different guy. And at this point, I was like, all right, I'm gonna have to get involved. I'm gonna kill these people. I'm gonna get involved now. What am I doing actually? What's going on? What am I doing? Oh, I'm equipping arm. All right, so this is for me to like more efficiently find this other person, because I'm trying to save him at this point. All right, I had to find where this other guy is. And so after a while of searching, I managed to figure out where this guy is, and I immediately I snitch. All right, I don't. I thought about it for a few seconds. I was like, no, I'm not actually saving this guy. I hate this guy. I don't know who this guy is. This is how Hypixel SkyBlock works. I give up, man. I'm not. You can see what's happening. You can see that he. Wait, there's way more people there than I thought there was. No, I remember only there being like 2 people. Why did like 5 of them jump him? Anyways, at some point I asked him like what set him on his journey of gambling. I don't think he answered the question, and I turned the other way to look at them, and here we are. I see the transaction. I see the extortion in real time, and I guess he's confused. So I said they're about to kill. Listen, I didn't want to say it. All right, they started making out, and I didn't really expect that to like work. And I mean, eventually it worked apparently, because they did manage to successfully like do it. Anyways, at some point, this guy was like, "I'm gonna give away 1 million coins," and then the other guy, he's using me as an example, like, "Oh, hey, this guy, he didn't want to do it, but now he had to. He gave me the money," and I don't know why this guy just decided he was gonna like start giving away 1 million coins, because he just ended up giving it away to his friend, who just then donated it to the other guy. So the most pointless transaction ever, the most useless middleman. Not insulting the guy or anything. It's just like, you really didn't need Penguin over here. He could have. We didn't need him, all right. He was like, okay, but maybe in my scenario, he was the one that found me. Awesome Man was not the one who found me, so he was useful there. But in this scenario, he just was not useful whatsoever. And anyways, as we're about to witness history, he immediately loses. It loses again. What a shame. Actually, so like embarrassing. Look, I agree with my past self. Like, the dude just lost. Okay, I don't agree with that. I don't think the lobby's being held hostage. Anyways, all this gambling that's been taking place has inspired me to start my addiction, and so I ended up just buying an Archfiend dice, because I was like, I'm rich, I can afford it. I got 14 million coins now. Instantly lose. All right, I'm gonna run it again, lose again. Don't gamble. Don't gamble, right? It's not a good thing. You don't gamble until I won, all right? That's right, I won. 15 million coins. I profited. I don't actually know how I managed to do that. It was all I was gonna say it's all skill, but that's not how that works. And then the video ends yeah, as the chat message goes, the video ends now, and so that's the end of the story. Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. I guess my outro now is like bye bye. Like that's what I thought of, like bye bye, like Buhbye. But that's what I thought of. So bye bye.